Have you ever noticed how your dog reacts differently to different people, even when those people behave almost the same? How they lean into one person without hesitation, yet pause, just slightly, around another? It's rarely dramatic. There's no barking, no obvious fear, just a quiet moment of stillness. A fraction of a second where something invisible is being calculated. Most humans miss that moment entirely. But inside that pause, a decision is already forming. Before a dog ever wags its tail, it has already decided something about you. Welcome back. Here, we don't look at dogs as puzzles to fix or behaviors to correct. We look at the quiet emotional mechanics beneath the surface, the unseen exchanges happening long before loyalty is formed. Today, we're exploring how dogs quietly decide who to trust. And to understand that, we have to step away from personality and look at physiology. Trust begins in the nervous system. Humans tend to think of trust as something moral. We trust people who are kind, polite, well-spoken, experienced. We evaluate character. We analyze intention. Dogs do not. A dog's first layer of trust is not social. It is biological. When your dog meets someone new, their body begins reading signals long before conscious thought would ever be possible. Breathing patterns, muscle tone, the rhythm of footsteps, the way someone occupies space. Whether their movements flow or arrive in sharp, unpredictable bursts. These are not things we consciously control, and that is precisely why dogs pay attention to them. A dog is not asking, "Is this person nice?" A dog is asking, "Is this nervous system settled?" The answer comes quickly. If the body in front of them feels coherent, if breath and posture and pace align, the dog's own system begins to soften. But if something feels slightly off, even subtly, the dog holds back. Not dramatically, just enough to observe a little longer. Trust, for a dog, is not given. It is sensed. Emotional safety cannot be performed. Many people love dogs deeply. They approach with soft voices, gentle smiles, careful hands. And yet, sometimes the dog remains distant. It confuses us, because intention feels pure. But dogs are not reading intention. They are reading congruence. Congruence is when the body and the emotion match. If someone says, "It's okay," but their breathing is tight, the dog does not process reassurance. The dog processes tension. If someone moves slowly but internally feels anxious, that anxiety leaks through posture, through micro-adjustments, through subtle muscular rigidity. Dogs evolved alongside humans, but their survival depended on detecting what was beneath the surface, not what was presented outwardly. Calm cannot be imitated. It can only be embodied. And dogs know the difference. This is why some people barely speak, barely move, and yet dogs gravitate toward them instantly. There is nothing flashy in their approach, no exaggerated friendliness, just steadiness, and steadiness feels safe. The pause you rarely notice. Watch carefully the next time your dog meets someone new. There is often a pause. It may last less than a second. A slight freeze, a head tilt, a shift of weight backward before stepping forward again. These are not random gestures. They are moments of assessment. Your dog is measuring predictability. In the animal world, unpredictability signals danger. Not because something bad will happen, but because it could. Stability reduces the need for vigilance. So when a human moves with sudden intensity, fluctuates in tone, or changes energy rapidly, a dog may respond with subtle hesitation. Not rejection, just caution. Meanwhile, someone whose presence unfolds slowly and consistently often receives immediate softness in return. Lowered shoulders, relaxed jaw, slower blinking. The dog's body answers stability with surrender. Most humans interpret trust emotionally. Dogs interpret it rhythmically. Why it sometimes feels personal. There are moments when your dog seems to choose someone. Perhaps a friend visits, and your dog immediately melts into them. Or perhaps your dog remains guarded around someone you personally admire. It can feel almost offensive, as if your dog is judging your social circle. But dogs are not judging character. They are responding to internal coherence. Some people naturally regulate others. Their breathing stays even under stimulation. Their nervous system doesn't spike quickly. Their emotional state remains consistent across environments. Dogs feel this steadiness and unconsciously mirror it. Regulation is contagious. When a dog feels regulated in someone's presence, trust forms quietly and without effort. This is also why two people can behave almost identically and receive completely different responses. The difference is not visible in action. It exists beneath action, and your dog notices. Stability over strength. There is a misconception that dogs trust strength, dominance, or overt confidence. But loud confidence and internal stability are not the same thing. Force can feel unpredictable. Authority can feel tense. Even exaggerated enthusiasm can overwhelm a sensitive nervous system. Dogs are not searching for someone in charge. They are searching for someone stable. Stability is quieter than dominance. It does not demand attention. It does not fluctuate dramatically. It does not push into space. It simply exists, steady, grounded, predictable, and that is where trust begins. The invisible exchange. Every interaction between a dog and a human is an exchange of regulation. Subtle signals pass back and forth continuously. Your dog adjusts to you. You adjust to your dog. Most of this happens beneath awareness. But when trust is present, the exchange feels effortless. The room softens. Movement slows. There is less scanning, less microtension. If a dog hesitates around someone, it does not mean that person is bad. It means something in the exchange did not settle fully. Something remains slightly unresolved in the nervous system, and dogs, more than most humans, refuse to ignore that feeling. They do not override instinct to be polite. They do not pretend comfort to preserve social harmony. They trust what their body tells them. Looking at yourself differently. When we understand this, something shifts. The question stops being, "Why doesn't my dog like this person?" and becomes, "What might my dog be sensing that I haven't noticed?" Sometimes dogs reveal tension in others before we consciously register it. Sometimes they mirror subtle unease we've normalized. And sometimes they gravitate toward people who feel safe in ways we are still learning to recognize. This isn't mystical. It's biological sensitivity. Dogs live closer to their nervous systems than we do. They do not override signals with logic. They do not rationalize discomfort. They respond to what is. And in doing so, they quietly teach us something about ourselves. Trust is felt before it is given. By the time your dog rests their head against someone's leg, by the time their breathing slows beside a particular person, by the time they fall asleep in someone's presence, the decision has already been made. Trust was not announced. It was sensed, long before the tail moved. If you find yourself noticing your dog differently after this, watching for the pause, the weight shift, the softening, then you're already looking deeper than behavior. And that's what we continue exploring here. Not tricks, not obedience, but the emotional mechanics beneath the bond. If this kind of reflection resonates with you, stay with us. There is much more happening beneath the surface of your dog's world than most people ever see. And your dog has been quietly reading it all along.